Good day. In your notes package, you should have a sheet that looks like this, and some of it's review and some of it's new. First of all, you should know in measurement, there's always some degree of uncertainty. Primarily, this relates to the instrument used to do the measurement. It'll only allow you to go to the nth degree, and of course, user care matters as well. So it talks about significant digits, and these are the digits obtained from a properly taken measurement. And you should know the rules of significant digits, and it reminds you that anything from 1 to 9, any non-zero digit is significant. And the real challenge is figuring out, are the zeros part of the measurement or are they placeholders? Separate from that, exact numbers. Certain conversion factors are exact. And so, for example, there's exactly 100 centimeters in a meter. There's exactly 1,000 millimeters in a meter. There's exactly 1,000 meters in a kilometer. Those kind of things. So there's no uncertainty. So they have infinite sig figs. If we are counting something, so counting students, counting beakers, counting pennies, although we don't really have many pennies around anymore. But if you are counting donuts, those are considered to be exact numbers and therefore have infinite significant digits. Now the rounding, you have to make sure you know how to round properly. And so here, we can look at that and we see we have 4 sig figs. And here we have, another 4 sig figs. That 0 is a placeholder, that 0 is not. Here we have 3 sig figs. And here is a useful exercise in rounding to the right number of sig figs. Now, what we're looking at here is we have a perfect 5 here, and we're rounding right at this position. And in chemistry, the rule is if you have a perfect 5, you round to make the previous digit even. So that 5 is going to round the 9 up to a 0, round that 9 up to a 0, and round the 2 up to a 3. So we'd write 30.0. 139.49, well, 49, that's less than half, so it's going to be 139 centimeters cubed. In this case, 10.5, the 4 is going to round down, so we're going to stick with 10.5 moles. 100.4, we're going to go 100, and we have to put a dot at the end, or we would go 1.00 times 10 squared degrees Celsius. So hopefully this stuff is making a fair amount of sense. 5.49 millimeters, we go thump to chop the 1 sig fig, and we're going to round down, and we're going to have 5 millimeters. Alrighty. Back here, I should have mentioned all these values are measured except one obvious value, and clearly number 10, that's a conversion factor. So this, you would put an infinite sign for infinity. Anyways, that gives you an idea, and hopefully you will see other examples and ask questions if things still are not making sense.